It's time for you to get out of your own way and start building the life that you keep talking about. If quarter one didn't go as planned, that's okay. We're using this time to reset it in quarter two. So if you keep calling it your lazy era, this is the video for you. If you're trying to exit your lazy era, or you feel like you've been in a slump, or you feel like you haven't been as productive as you know you can be, there are just misalignments happening in your life. And that's actually what we're going to talk about in this 4-step blueprint to exit your lazy era. Step number 1 is you're not lazy. You have to get that out of your head. You are just either misaligned, overwhelmed, or burnt out. The first step breakdown is identifying the emotional or goal misalignment. So if something is happening in your life that can't help you focus, what is that? Is something going on in your family? Are you having relationship issues? Are you just not connecting with yourself and you just don't know what it is? You have to first answer that, make that a reality, and kind of talk with yourself, do a check-in, because if you don't know what's going on with you, you can easily not see what's going on in your life. If you feel like your life is pretty okay and the natural things of life is happening, it may be a goal misalignment. So you may want something, say for example, you want to create content, but you just keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow. And then today becomes tomorrow again. Or you keep saying that today will become tomorrow again and again and again. You have to get a little bit more granular with the goal. It can't just be, I want to create content. It can be, I want to create content for people in finance. I want to create content for people in healthcare. You then have to break down what that big goal is into little goals so that you can see the branches become a tree. If you don't have your why, it's going to be easy that when things get hard or challenging, not to keep up with the goal in the first place. If you just say, I want to create content for people that are in finance, but you don't say why, everyone on the internet's doing that. Yours could be, I want to create content for people in finance because I want to grow financial literacy to people in their 20s, to people in their 40s, to people that don't have access to this kind of information, maybe in their family or in their circle. That has to be your bigger why. Step number 2 is the 4-step blueprint to reset your life. After defining your why, your goals, and kind of doing a check-in with you, you need to reflect and audit what else is going on. What is not working? Reflect on what you've done in the last 3 months, 6 months, and year towards the thing that you want to see happen. What are the common patterns that you kept seeing when writing out, I've done this in 3 months, I've done this in 6 months, and I did this in a year. These are the people that were around, these were the experiences that I had, and this is what happened in my life during those time frames. Once you see those patterns, it might be, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, but every single time that the weekend comes around, I don't set boundaries or block off time to work towards the goal because I'm putting a pause on my dream just because I am aligning it with my, say, 9 to 5 or my entrepreneurial route. Whatever you're doing in life, you're treating it like a job and not a career. And people that love their careers, not everyone, but some that love their careers, they are naturally in their own life bringing that career to their conversations, to their experiences, to their networks, because they just love it that much. People typically want to separate from their job Friday at 5 p.m. But you, for your goal to transition from where you're at in life right now to where you want to be, you have to treat it like a 24/7 job, because at the end of the day, it is. It doesn't mean you work and burn yourself out from sunup to sundown, but it means every single day I'm going to have a 2-hour block of time that I am dedicating to my dream. Step number 2 of the 4-step blueprint, set one non-negotiable habit. This is so pivotal in seeing progress. I think it's easy for us to just go through the motions in our days if we're not seeing progress. But if you create something that makes you see it physically, you're going to want to keep creating and knowing that you're seeing the progress. So for me, when I wanted to lose a couple of pounds, I put sticky notes on my wall and I did days 1 through 21. I was not signed up with the gym membership, but the gym membership that I had let you do a 21-day free trial, because if you don't know, it takes 21 days to build a habit, 90 days to build a lifestyle, set a routine. Every time I went to the gym, I took off a sticky note. My one non-negotiable was that I had to see the sticky note be removed that day, whatever that form of workout looked like, even if I didn't get a chance to go to the gym. I might have walked, I might have found some time to jump rope. It had to be something physical where I was doing something towards the good of my health. For you, that one non-negotiable could be finding the ways to set those boundaries. So maybe you love hanging out with your friends, but you know that if you keep bar hopping every single weekend, you're gonna be in the same place you are next year. This time next year will look the same if you don't start creating boundaries for yourself. Maybe it's not boundaries and that's easy. Maybe it's the opposite. You stay in your room or you stay in your little world and you don't explore and try to create new connections because maybe it's hard to trust people. It's hard to find your group of people. But if you separate trying to identify yourself with a group of people and just focus on how you want to show up in the midst of the conversation, what value you want to bring to that conversation, it's going to become so much easier to see that progress for yourself. So that one non-negotiable could be before Friday, every Friday, I'm going to go to a new coffee shop or a new workplace co-working space and say hi to someone, ask them what they do, ask them how they got there, just to work on my people building skills. It could also be pulling out $100 for the week and spreading it over Monday through Friday and deciding I only have $100 throughout this whole week, gas, food, social experiences, because I need to build up my funds to buy new camera equipment, to buy a new course to learn more. That's your non-negotiable to building your dreams. You have to be okay with saying no to something for a little bit so that you can see more on the long term. Step number 3 of the 4-step blueprint: design a weekly routine that supports the bigger vision. Every week, something needs to look the same towards building your dream life, or else it's just gonna feel like you're going through the motions of life and you might see it or you might not. It might come in 3 months, it might come in 3 years. It's just not feasible to work without seeing a routine. It took me a long time to get to that point, and I think I would have seen much more with my life if I would have just created a checklist, say every day, and I said, I'm going to get 3 of the 10 things I have on this checklist done. Boom. My weekly routine consists of every Sunday, I'm gonna look at the week ahead at work, look at the week ahead towards building towards my dream, and look at the week ahead towards social life, family, faith, and plan that out. It's so easy for us to get involved in so many different things and feel like we're just being pulled in so many different directions. But if you start creating a checklist, you can then decide what is important to me. Can I still see these same friends I saw last Friday, next Friday if I don't show up? Absolutely. They will be at the same bar doing the same thing. That weekly routine is going to cause you to see so much more structure in your life, make you feel more organized. So maybe your environments, like your room, your car, your work desk, start feeling a little bit more organized, for lack of better words. That routine is going to help you feel more in tune with where you're going and who you'd like to become eventually. After you're creating a checklist and seeing what your week ahead looks like, your day-to-day should look the same, about the same, every morning and every night. So every morning, you know you're going to get up, hopefully, brush your teeth, wash your face, get something really good to eat, something that's going to support your first part of the day. That could be oatmeal, that could be eggs, some kind of protein and fiber, some smoothie, something that can really support you keeping that brain health pretty healthy in the beginning of the day, because it's the freshest it'll be throughout the whole time. Then as you move into the afternoon, that's when things start getting a little bit more slower. So you want to think, what are things that are going to be quick tasks that I can complete that still make me feel super productive? Sometimes I worked backwards where I would do the quick tasks in the morning. Then when it got to the afternoon stretch after I've had lunch and it's already been 4 to 5 hours in the day that I've been working, I then didn't see as much progress. But what I've started to do is do one big thing for the 3 to 4 hours in the morning, even if I did it in chunks. And then I did all these little tasks in the afternoon from 12 to 3 p.m. because I knew I'd feel much more accomplished checking off those things on my list if they were small, minuscule tasks, like clearing out my email or responding back to this person or creating tomorrow's list that didn't make it to this morning. It could be anything for you, but you have to create a routine. And the last step to the 4-step blueprint of this step 2, I know it's so many steps, but it makes sense when you can start to see it, which brings me to my last point: track your progress. If you have nowhere you can see this, whether it be a notebook, I have things here that I need to complete by the end of today. And if I don't complete them by the end of today and I can wait till tomorrow, it will be moved to tomorrow's to do. But I know that there are 3 things I have to get done every single day based off of how important it is to me or what the deadlines look like from others or from myself. Tracking and celebrating those small wins keeps you motivated. It keeps you disciplined. And you're going to have the motivation far before you have the discipline, because I have seen myself, say for example, when I'm trying to lose weight in the gym, I'm motivated because I haven't been to the gym in so long. So that first 2-3 week stretch, I'm in it. Come a month, I'm like, we're still on the treadmill. And then I kind of got disciplined to a point where I was like, oh, I'm seeing the progress. Like it's day 19, it's day 20, taking off those sticky notes on the wall, seeing the scale go down. You have to track your progress or you're not going to feel like you're going anywhere. Data is really important. Don't sleep on it. So step 2 was a really big step, and I broke it down into little micro steps. But step 3 of this overall reset is to create before you feel ready. I've talked about this a lot in my Hard Truth series on TikTok, where a lot of people will wait to create until they feel like they have all the resources, time, money, people, experiences. But what if you get the thing that you really want and you're not ready for it yet because you didn't practice? And practice looks like showing up every day, doing something towards it, posting even if you're not good, posting if the edit's ugly, posting if like it doesn't matter. Whatever it is for you, it might not be creating content, but I can only speak to my landscape that I see consistently. And if I would have never started, I would have never done this YouTube channel. If I would have just thought, I don't have anyone to do content with me because, you know, I'm nervous or I'm scared, I don't know what to talk about. Just talk about anything until you find your flow. But you don't know what you want to keep talking about if you never start talking. Starting messy is your superpower because you're able to see what you're not doing right before eyes even get on it. You might get 4 or 5 views. You might get 100 or 200 views. That's great because you don't want people to see you consistently as you're trying to figure it out, which is why it's so important to just start where you are. Now you might do a video that like goes viral unexpectedly and you know, okay, I liked creating this kind of content. Would I continue creating this content for a while? And if so, keep making that kind of style and see how you grow into it. That's how most of my content has started, finished, and continued. I've just started to say something that I would talk about for a while, and then kind of from there, it got easy and I wanted to build more on it. And as my life started aligning with the things that I was talking about, I had more experiences to relay to an audience, to relay to my camera at the end of the day. And lastly, it's okay if you keep having to do a quarter reset, or it's okay if you keep having to do a start over checklist and every week it looks the same and you feel like you're not making progress. You keep starting until you start seeing something. I have time and time again reorganized my desk, got a different notebook, started a different Notion template because I wanted that moment to feel different. Because at the end of the day, it's about the experience that we're having with the life that we're creating. And I emphasize so heavy on romanticizing your life because if it's not fun for you, of course you're going to stop eventually. Of course you're going to quit, but you have to make it in a space where I love the fact that I have to make a budget. And you know what I'm gonna do about it? I'm gonna make myself a cute little matcha and I'm gonna put on a cute comfy outfit and I'm gonna vlog my experience. Again, I'm only speaking to my landscape. You may want nothing to do with cameras and you may just wanna know how to build your dream life off screen. And what that looks like for you, where you feel most comfortable, it could be putting on your favorite Netflix movie in the background. It could be listening to jazz music with the 4K sunset on the background. Like whatever that looks like for you, make it and romanticize it. Because if you're just like, oh, I gotta create a budget so that I know how to save, you're never going to get where you want to be because it's always going to feel like a drag. Even through this whole video, there's going to be something where life is going to show up and it's going to throw you off your plan. But what you have to understand is that it's flexibility, not perfection. For a long time in my life, please take it from me if you hear it nowhere else today, perfection is not existing. There's always improvements. I will always get better and better and better at speaking in these videos. I would get better at my day job. I would get better at budgeting. It's always 1% better, never just 1%. So I don't want you to get fixated on this mindset or mentality where you're like, okay, I've done this and it needs to stay right here for the rest of its life. If it stays here, you're always gonna be here. You always wanna get here, 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 whatever that looks like for you. So I don't want you to get fixated that life will always look the way it is and that there won't be challenges to grow you in the midst of it. Welcome them. Do not focus on perfection. Welcome your challenges because they will only turn into opportunities if your mentality stays optimistic. I hope this really helped out. I'm going to be doing a lot more talking about building your dream life after work, building your dream life towards like not having anything to start with anything, staying consistent, because that's really the gag. It's really just the consistency when you're not seeing any progress, and just talking a lot more about what you want to do with life. It may not have anything to do with content creation, but that's why I like to talk about topics that can be applied generally to whatever you want to do. And if you missed the description below in the last video, the 2 winners of the 5K giveaway, if you're not familiar, we hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube a couple weeks back, and I'm extremely grateful for you guys to spend even a fraction of your day with me. We're on the road to 10K, and that 10K giveaway, you are not going to want to miss it. Trust me, I already have the gift in my closet. So if you guys are interested and you love seeing this kind of content, please feel free to click the like and subscribe button. I've never said that in a video, but I want you guys to really show up for your life. And because I have the desire to do the same for my own, let's start this journey together. So I'll see you guys on the next episode of Party of One Podcast. Peace.